Welcome back to my channel, guys. I got a new phone. Can you tell from the picture quality? Praise God for new technology. Good morning, YouTube. About to take my parents out to breakfast. I just want to show y'all the fit. I just want to say that I look so good. My hair's a little tangled, but it's all right. And my shirt says, shout out to black women, just because. Some dark jeans with some combat boots. Everything, for the most part, is from Fashion Nova. This trench coat is, the jeans, and then this is from My Pride Apparel. I don't know where the boots are from. Got those for Christmas. Purse is from Burlington. All right, let's go. All right, hey guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I got a new phone and everything. Today is New Year's Eve. It's December, I think it's December 31st. I'm like, ooh, don't quote me. My Xbox doesn't say. We're gonna say it's December 31st. It's currently 2:36 in the morning. I am at my house. You guys never got a tour because I planned on updating you guys and like showing you guys and everything. And I recorded it. I recorded all of that, but it's on my old phone that I traded in for this phone, so I don't have that footage anymore. So oh well. But that's the. Oh goodness, this is hard. That's the front door. Ooh, over there, there's like a little hallway over there. It's like the bathroom, and then there's the kitchen. That door is the washroom, the laundry, washer and dryer. My table is hot mess and everything. And then I think I can show y'all recording. What a blessing! I couldn't like flip the camera and still record on my old phone. So Christmas tree, my entertainment stand, and everything. There's my bedroom. That's the hallway I was telling y'all about. So front door, that's the coat closet, and then the bathroom and my bedroom is over there. So video is, one of my subscribers wanted to know how my last semester of nursing school was. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a registered nurse. I live in Austin. I graduated from nursing school on May 11th, 2021. I took my NCLEX June 15th. Found out I passed June 17th, moved to Austin June 27th, started my first day of work, or started orientation July 12th. So it was like a quick progression. Uh, and I will put the subscriber's name, because as of right now, I really can't remember. Sorry. But I asked her if there was anything specific she wanted to know, and she said no, just she wanted to know how it went. So sorry, I don't have pictures or like videos or anything, because all of that was on my old phone, and I thought everything got transferred, like most of my pictures made it, but it's not here, so it's gone. Y'all just have to deal with me talking. But so essentially, my last semester started sometime in January. I really don't remember what the day was. Maybe like the third week. I think it started after Martin Luther King Day. So we're going to say it started January 20 something. And so it was basically, so school started. And then we took our pictures that were going to go on like the wall, like, and I'll like insert a picture of like the pictures that we took. It's essentially like in our white uniform, and everybody's individual picture goes on like um, this big framed picture in the library at our nursing school, and it just says like, this is the ADN class of 21 or whatever, and it have all the classes like back to like the 80s, I think. So school started. We took that picture. We figured out, or over the break before last semester, they told us like what clinical group we were going to be in. Um, I don't even remember the group that I was in. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. But essentially, the group that you were in, like for my nursing school, clinicals was different. Like level, our levels are based off of like semesters. So like level one, level two is like your first semester, second semester. So level one through level three, we were always in a clinical group, and your clinical group could have anywhere from like 9 to like, I don't know, 12, 13 people. But in level four, or like, you might go to the same clinical site with other nursing students, but it wasn't like a whole group of you went to the same place, if that makes any sense. So like in level three, my clinical group was like, I don't know, it's like 13 people. We all showed up at the same hospital at the same time in the morning. And then like we just went to different floors depending on like our schedule that our clinical instructor made for us. But in level four, um, we all had like different rotations. So I think my first rotation was, or let me back up. The rotations were, there was 4 rotations. You had your preceptorship, which was like 60 hours or like 5 or 6 shifts of you following like a RN, and you could either do like LND, ER, med surge, ICU. I don't think anybody got OR, just because like um, the spaces were limited. But so you had your preceptorship, then you had what was next? We had a psych rotation where we went to a psychiatric hospital, and then what was the rotation? There was the other one of the rotations was like a school rotation, so you follow the school nurse around for like one day, and then like the other 2 days in that rotation were like simulation, and then we had like mock, what was it called? I don't even remember what it was called. Like mock. It was like maybe it was called like mock code or something like that, where like a code were to happen in simulation, and then like how do you and your fellow nurses or healthcare team members like handle the code. And then I think that was it. So there was a school nurse rotation, there was the preceptorship, the psych, and then there was like the last rotation was just like um I forget what it was. I think it was just like 3 days where you just go to the hospital and you're either on the med surge floor, and then you go to like the ICU or something like that. So the order of my rotations, because everybody's rotation was different. Like I remember my friend, like she started her psych rotation first, and one of my other friends, they started like their school nurse rotation first. But for me, I started my preceptor rotation, and I was in the ER, and I was um, the MB. The way that I plan my days, like each rotation is 3 weeks, and at the end of that 3 weeks, you go to a new rotation, right? So the way that I planned my days was I like knocked out my preceptorship in 2 weeks. So that third week, I didn't have clinical that week. I was just off. And then my second rotation was my psych rotation. I went to a psychiatric hospital, and I got to interview some patients and compare like what they told me versus what their chart said. But my rotation got cut short because of I live in Texas, and like Texas had like a really bad snowstorm. Uh, Back in February, so one of my psych days was just canceled. Like I just didn't go. Like no one went uh, uh, the week that we lost power. And then after that rotation was over, I had I had like the basic rotation where I just went to the hospital. I had like 2 med-surg days and an ICU day or something like that. And then my last rotation was my school nurse rotation, and I had like my mock trial. I don't even think that's what it was called. I had my mock code day. I had a virtual simulation day, and then I followed like my school nurse, or I followed the school nurse that they put me with. So after, so that's how my rotations were for clinical. Um, for my lecture course, it was just we had 4 or 5 tests, a pharmacology test, and then we had like our HESI test that we had to pass. And I know for me, like I almost, I felt I felt as if I I wouldn't graduate, or I had like a graduation scare because it took me 3 times to pass like the exit level test. Like I had a B in theory or B in my lecture course. I had an A in my clinical course, but I couldn't pass my exit level exam. It took me 3 times to pass. I passed it 2 days before graduation. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, everything that I've been working hard for is about to be like gone down the drain. But God had a plan for me and a plan for my life, and thank you, Jesus. But I don't I don't know what other questions you might have. I guess maybe a question could be like, when did I apply for my job, and like how did all of that go down? Um, and so currently I work on the med surg floor. Um, so in my fourth semester, around spring break, because I had applied. I'm from Dallas, but I moved to Austin because that's where the job offer was. I applied to every hospital in Dallas, like right before that snowstorm and right after the snowstorm, because we didn't have power. But for the job that I have now, I applied during spring break, and I remember that like one of the goals that I had was I wanted to graduate with a job. Like I wanted to be one of those people who had a job before they graduated. I didn't want to graduate and then like be looking and like, um, but that was just my personal preference. And so I applied for the job in March. My interview was April 1st. They offered me a job on, I don't remember, April something, like maybe like a week and a half later. Because I honestly thought that I didn't get the job. um, and then I accepted it, like I believe on the 9th or something like that. I can probably insert a picture of like my offer letter. And then, so I knew before lecture ended that I had a job because I had accepted the job, but I was just in complete denial about moving to Austin because I was just like, all of my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, you got a job, you're moving to Austin." I was like, I gotta graduate first. I could like not graduate and have no job. And I had that scare where it took me 3 times to pass. Like I passed, I found out I was graduating 2 days before graduation. So then I graduated, and all my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, you got a job! You're moving to Austin!" And I was like, "I got to pass my NCLEX. I could like not pass and like not have a job, you know." And I remember being extra salty because, like, it took me 3 tries to pass this test, and whereas I had a friend who passed on the first try, so she was done with school, like, back in April, whereas I'm still, having to study for this test or whatever. So after graduation, which was like May, technically it was like May 14th, but our pinning ceremony was May 11th. After that, I was studying for my NCLEX, and all of my other friends, they was going on vacation. One of my friends got engaged. Like one of my good friends, she was pregnant. She was going to see her family, and I was stuck in my parents' house, sitting at the table studying. And I was like so irritated, so like not mad at them because we all graduated. We all deserve to go on like this break and have these nice vacations and all of that. But I was just like, man, I want to go on vacation, and I'm stuck at the house studying. Like, so I studied for like, I took a week off after graduation. I studied for like the next month after that, and then I took my test. Um, I took my test on the 15th, and I found out that I passed on the 17th. And I remember when I took it like my test shut off in 75 questions and everything, and um, like all of my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, like you passed your test! Like it shut off in 75 people I know. Like their test was the whole 45 questions or whatever it was." And I was like, or I could have done so terribly that the test turned off. I'm sure that's an option too. And I don't know why I was. Well, I know I was in denial. I didn't want to leave Dallas because all of my friends were in Dallas. Like my family was in Dallas. I had already planned my life, where I was gonna live, what church I was gonna go to, all the activities I was gonna do. I was comfortable in Dallas, and so I found out that I passed. And then they were like, see, you can't say you're not going to Austin anymore because you've graduated nursing school, you've taken your NCLEX, and you've passed it. And I was like, I ain't got no car. And I'm sure that, at this point, y'all are like, all right, really? But my car broke down like the week lecture ended, like my car, like, I don't know, it broke down. My dad had a mechanic come look at it, and the mechanic was like, that car ain't starting ever again in this lifetime. And so I was like taking my dad's truck to work. So I was like, how am I going to get to Austin with no car? You feel me? And so, like I said, complete denial. So then, we started the whole car buying process, which was literally like so stressful. I thought when you pick a car out, it's like you go. I thought it was like going to the store and like, picking out the milk you want. When you go to Walmart, HEB, Kroger, Central Market, Whole Paycheck, which is Whole Foods, wherever it is that you go, you can be like, maybe I want whole milk. Maybe I want 2% milk. Maybe I want almond milk. Maybe I want oat milk. Maybe I want half and half. Really don't care. But you get my point, And there's different brands. There's Great Value. There's Silk. There's Almond Breeze. There's whatever other brands there are. So I thought it was like that. You just go to the dealership. You're like, I want this type of car. I want it to be new, or I want it to be used. I want this color, and they work with you, and you're like, I want it to be like this car payment a month, and then they give you the keys, you sign the paperwork or whatever, and you leave. I didn't realize how stressful and how emotionally involved you can get. So that story for another day. So anyway, then I got a car. I got the car that I like wanted. I love my car. It's beautiful. It's like I don't ever plan on like getting rid of my car unless like it falls apart and doesn't start ever again like the car I had before, or like my family outgrows the car or something. Like I get married and have kids, and now like the car is too small. But I don't see that happening for a while. So yeah, so then I got a car, and I took my test I took my test on the 15th, found out I passed on the 17th. I got my car on the 21st. I was like, and then all my friends were like, oh my God, you're moving to Austin. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm moving to Austin. And so then I moved in with my sister. I started working and all of that jazz. And then just to catch you guys up to now, I moved into this apartment November 2nd. So I've been here for a month, almost 2 months. So I guess this weekend, or yeah, this weekend will be like 2 months. And I have a 10-month lease, so this lease goes up till like September 1st or something like that. So I'm just like, oh my god, like it's crazy. Um, I don't know if that was like a super like sped through version. I don't know. I like talking and I like talking to you guys. I don't be picking up the camera like that. Um, but I want to get better. So plans for 2022, since 2022 starts tomorrow. Um, I recently just signed up for ice skating classes because I want I want something um, that can be exercised, but I'm not looking at it as like, oh, I got to exercise today. Want it to be like a new hobby of mine. So me and my old self about to get on some ice and be having some ugly falls, and we're gonna improve our balance. I really just want to learn tricks like spins, not really jumps, because I've already broken a foot. I don't need to break nothing else. But I don't know. Signed up for ice skating classes. I'm going to see this Chinese like classical, I don't know, dance show. It's called Shin Yun. I'm seeing that next weekend. I already bought a ticket like almost 6 months in advance to go see Lion King on Broadway when they come to Austin in April. And right now I'm saving for a cruise. Like I want to go in April. I have my eye on this 8-day Eastern Caribbean cruise leaving out of Galveston, but um, I've learned recently, very recently, to keep God first and ask God, like, and keep Him involved in my decisions instead of just like making decisions and like not including God in it or asking Him first. So those are just some of the things I have planned for 2022, and I am genuinely excited. I never really thought that I would be where I am right now. You know, I'm 26. I am living in Austin. I'm a registered nurse. I don't have any, well, I can't say I don't have any debt because I have a car loan, but I don't have any like student loan debt. I'm starting my RN to BSN in a couple of weeks because I signed an RN to BSN contract with my job. So never say never, y'all, because God will cancel them plans. Um, so I just feel like 2022 is going to be filled with growth, filled with lessons, filled with um, just learning opportunities. I've already learned so much in the time of graduating nursing school to where I am now. Like it's so crazy. Like it's like literally January 1st is tomorrow, whereas like a year ago, you know, today, or 11 months and 30 days ago today, like I didn't know, like in 11 months I'd be in a new city with a new car, you know, living by myself. Like I didn't know any of this was happening or coming from me. So I can only imagine what God has planned for little old me, y'all, little old me. Um, but anything else y'all want to know or y'all want to see, like, let me know, and I'll do my best to make a video. The same subscriber who asked for this video also asked for me to like give tips, and well, they really wouldn't be tricks, just tips, or show you guys what I use to study for my NCLEX. And I have the materials, they're in my car, and I just need to bring them upstairs. But I don't have like a bookshelf or anything to put the books on, so I've just like left it in my car. I've just been driving around with it for like months. But it's okay. But I use in short, I use UWorld, and I also use uh, the Hearst because it was mandatory for us to pay for it. Um, so I'll show you guys that book when I do that video. Um, and I'll try, and not just for y'all's sake, mostly for my sake, just to pick up my camera more and like record like new things, because I have like, I don't know if you guys are like me, but like I have literally just been on YouTube like watching other people like do normal daily things. I've been watching other adults like try ice skating for the first time. I've been watching those videos. I've been watching people try on wedding dresses. I don't know. I have this urge to go try on wedding dresses, and I'm not even in a relationship. I just want to go do it. You know, I've been watching other people like clean their house and go to the grocery store, like haul. I love watching stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe y'all want to, in 10 years, I want to see what I was doing at 26 or whatever. So I will try and pick up the camera more, but no promises. But anyway, thanks for watching me flip my hair and bring it back for the past 20 minutes. And I don't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.